Hello, welcome to the Timmy Verne show. And today I have it's oh no, it's Lord Stanmold again.
Yes, I'm back again.
Oh Lord, you're back again. Why are you back again?
I think I'm the only lord you can afford.
So
In fact,
true.
that's what I put on my business cards. Lord you can afford.
All right. We have a rather serious topic today, I'm afraid.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, it was just a tragic case in news of a man who's awaiting his heart transplant. Uh, He had sent off his heart and was waiting for 28 days, but it got lost in the post. And the post office issued his widow with an apology on a postcard. Do you think that was acceptable?
I think it was acceptable. It was a Valentine's card. It showed a heart on the front. It showed that the post office does care for these issues. We have had great success with transplant recipients. Unfortunately, they haven't always received the right organs. It very much is a case of people wearing their hearts on their sleeves.
Yeah, but there have been cases though that these organs being diverted to various places in the world that shouldn't have received them, such as Uganda.
Yes, but you know what is good for the goose is good for Uganda.
Are you saying this is an argument for televising refuge collections?
Yes, I am arguing that. That's exactly what I'm arguing.
But aren't you worried that the public might find them a bit boring?
Well, the public are just going to have to put up with it. We need to save the NHS. The NHS has been found to be the number one in the world COVID super spreader. We've had to close the NHS. The NHS is no more. Those days are not here again. They're gone.
But what about these transplants, though, and these refuge collectors? Don't they deserve recognition?
I was thinking of having a transplant at one point. As you know, I have a ball patch. I was thinking of a transplant, and I thought
On
I
the
would
NHS?
on my head,
Oh,
and I thought I would look silly with a kidney on my head.
are you kidding me?
I kidney not, you not.
Who do you think would deserve such a treatment in the celebrity world?
Nick Clegg?
Why Nick Clegg?
Why not?
But didn't he apologise for some mistake he made, and that made him look like an
Oh, I'm
undeserving?
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that bit. We've found that the clinically vulnerable are very much vulnerable to clinics.
Yeah.
They the fish now have got the masks around their faces. That means that
Hmm.
they're less at
Hmm.
risk of COVID.
Hmm.
We know that we're rolling out a whole scheme of toga wearing.
Right, but Rome fell eventually.
Well, it wasn't built in a day.
That's true, but it didn't last forever.
Yeah, but it wasn't built in a day. It was
But
built at night.
the post office is going to last forever.
Well, if we do get a fifth wave, it could be the case that postmen are the super spreaders, in which case postmen will have to die.
So you're saying there should be postman transplants?
I believe that if you're in the Royal Mail, you knew the risk you were taking.
Hmm.
We have developed a drone system.
Yeah.
It's a remote drone system that can search and destroy and find postmen,
Hmm.
and it will do a lateral flow test
Right.
using an anal swab. After which, if the if the anal swab doesn't come up to, let's say, scratch, and believe me, it does scratch, then the postman will be liquidated from the service.
Right. So that's the royal male. What about the royal female?
Well, when it comes to Meghan Markle, there's only one thing to say, and that is, who do you think you're killing, Mr. Hitler?
I feel, Lord, you're really part of this show now.
I don't. I'm terribly depressed.
Oh dear Lord, I'm sorry to hear that. But anyway, let's go on. Now, the NHS staff are absolutely livid with this 1% pay rise after all that incredibly demanding and intense work. Um, I mean, of course, I'm referring to the production of Dr. Shipman the musical. Now, do you believe they should get a further pay rise?
Yes, I believe that what we call the Shipman Award should be allocated to all nurses who are effective in stopping the hearts of vulnerable patients.
And this is to do with the sheer magnitude of Dr. Shipman's activities.
Yes,
You
well,
know,
he in his field he was prolific.
he was.
He's very much a bookmark. He's a reference point. He's a cornerstone. He's in the ground now. He's dead. Like so many people whose lives he's touched.
But the nurses are threatening to bring us to the highest court in the world on Mount Everest. Do you think this is justified?
Yes, I believe that their action is justified, but their act is not. What they're trying to do is just. It's just the way they're doing it and the fact that they're doing it are not just. We're going to see them in court. I myself have bought myself some boots.
Oh, right. And what are the boots for, Lord?
Climbing the mountain.
Oh, right.
I've also packed some sandwiches.
So, when you say that act is justified, are you talking which particular act in the musical are you referring to?
It was the one that was at the beginning of the crisis. We talked about flattening the curve.
Yeah.
We now have a policy to achieve that. Obese people are a drain on the NHS. They will be lying down on the ground, and a steamroller will be going over them to flatten the curve
And to flatten the obese, you mean?
and to shield them from our advice
Oh,
with regards
right.
to shielding advice.
So, do you think they should be cold in a way?
Yes, we'll call them up on the phone.
All right, and have their ears cut off?
Well, that could lead to certain problems with regards to us giving them directions.
All right, and their nose, should that be cut off too?
Who knows?
Um, and do you think they should all be put in diapers?
Well, nappy is as nappy does. We are looking forward to a fifth wave. The fifth wave has been seen as an indictment of the nappy wearing indolent.
Don't you think it's just a bit irresponsible though to prepare for the fifth wave? And we're not even like thinking now of the sixth and seventh wave.
Well, when I say fifth wave, I do mean 10th wave. And by the 10th wave, we have come very much to the conclusion that we found the COVID super spreader. It's the NHS. We're going to close down the NHS. But before we do that, to raise morale, we are issuing every NHS ward with a black stallion. The policy has had its critics, mainly from the NHS wards.
Right.
However, we're rolling it out. We've rolled out the whole program in record time. There's never been a time when the NHS has so many black stallions just running free, like everything's running. Everything it's all hanging loose.
Yes. But do you think this policy really has legs?
I think it's got legs. I think we should nose it. We could flatten the curve. Horses on steamrollers. Need I say more?
I think you should say more.
Okay, I will say more. Fish.
Fish.
Fish
What about
have been
fish?
seen wearing the masks. If that's not proof of our policy, well then, call me a Dutchman.
I think you're thinking about these underwater weddings that are going on, and the divers have been caught without wearing their masks. And although the sharks and the octopi around them are wearing the masks, they still don't wear the masks. Do you think this is just amazing? And should this be made into a musical also?
I think it'd be a wonderful musical. It'd be something like, I'd like to be under the sea, an octopus's garden in the shade. It'd be something like that. If you could incorporate the NHS black stallion system, then we could initiate a fine system for non-wearers. And the main fine would be the confiscation of masks.
Oh, oh, what is that? Sorry, Lord, to interrupt. What is that? Sticking its leg out.
It's the ghost of Rolf Harris, even though he's not dead.